Okay, the trip briefing for those confirmed participants. Those who attended my briefing, I think is pretty useful if you go through again, because there are new information that I did not mention during the briefing session. Okay, first of all, to clarify, the trip is not a hardcore hiking. It is not purely focusing on the hiking. As you can see from the title, is culture, nature, hiking, food and festival. That's the date. The picture you see there is the most famous monastery hanging on a cliff, the Tiger's Nest. Okay, just a quick background information in case you want to know where you're going. Bhutan is here in blue, sandwiched between China, where Tibet is, and below is India. Okay, Nepal is not its neighbor. Actually, you see this thing here is not. This is belong to India, the state of Sikkim, where the number 3 highest mountain is located. So Nepal is next to it. So which means that the border between Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan and all these things, this is all the Himalaya range. You look, okay, this is the district. China to the north, India to the south. We are going on the eastern part of it, where we'll fly into Paro, Thimphu, we'll drive to Thimphu, we'll drive to Punakha, and then a few places here, and then we'll drive back to Paro for the flight back. This is a more colored, nicer copy. Paro, Thimphu, Punakha. This is the 3 main area we're going, and then out of that there's small little excursion that we are doing. Okay, as I said, right, to the north is the Tibetan plateau. So you see all like brown color. That is it's plateau, but it's one of the highest plateau on earth, 3,000 plus average. Of course, then in between there's a white color one, that is the Himalaya range. Okay, and you see Tiger's Nest is here. Of course, that means Thimphu is here. Paro is here, Thimphu, and then Punakha. So this is the 3 main, they call district. And of course we are all in the mountainous area, so you will see very beautiful valley, and it's autumn, so the color hopefully will be in the peak of autumn color just for our arrival, but one cannot promise. Okay, so the highlight is this. Of course, the famous Tiger's Nest, which has this special name here, and of course the heartland of Paro, Thimphu, Punakha. Wangdiu is just one small little part, and then Puchuka. Okay, then second thing, the heavyweight is the Thimphu festival, right? Okay, so just Thimphu festival, and then of course we see lots of mountain, pristine nature and everything. Then we also have, we're still gonna see lots of medieval fortresses, museum and sacred temple, and then some farm visit. But I think more importantly, it's to interact with the local people, because I think that is the attraction of the Bhutanese people, the happiest country on earth. So they will be very they try to minimize the very long distance driving, that kind. Okay, every stop has got its own little attraction. Sometimes it's on the way, sometimes it's our final destination. So rather than skipping through attraction, so this trip has very lesser driving time. They will still be driving. Okay, there's no such thing as side by side. And there's mountainous area, definitely got driving, and but they'll call maximum exploration to the most of the holiday. One of the questions that was asked during the briefing was, are we going to rush through everything, for half an hour, touch and go? The answer is no. Minimum at different point, where the itinerary, the final location, destination for that particular day itinerary, we'll have at least a 45 minutes or even more to explore if you like the place. So it's quite flexible. Of course, which also means that if we have spent more time in this particular place with everybody consensus, then we may have to cut some small little time elsewhere, or we may arrive at the hotel a bit later. So it is our trip, so it's pretty flexible. It's unlike a package tour where it's very tight tightly scheduled. You can see a lot of things inside, but they're gonna rush from place to place. Okay, so when you reach Paro out of the airport through the mountainous area, you're gonna see this very nice Paro, very beautiful. These are some of the color for autumn, so hopefully it's still as nice as this one. We're gonna see a lot of Zong. This is called Zong. There's so many Zong fortresses. Actually can't really tell whether it's museum or fortress. All the architect is more or less the same. It's actually the background that make the particular, it bring out the building much nicer with mountainous background, with forest background, with rivers and everything. This is another one. See, hopefully we got a clear ray. This will be a beautiful photo spot as well. We will pass by this zone as well. Thimphu Valley, the next one we go. Again, you see very beautiful rivers, bridges, and much what do you call it? Much lesser developed, and you see more farming, farmlands, a lot of greens. And of course, you're gonna see a lot of Buddha statue. This is one of the Buddha point. We will see somebody who have been there for 9 times suggested, strongly recommended that you, if it's possible, you should go there for the sunrise, where the light will shine through. It's very nice. Okay, then of course the other heavyweight is Thimphu Festival. This is one of the biggest and the most mightiest festival for a whole country of Bhutan. Everybody will be in their traditional costume, masks and everything. It's all for religious purpose. We will spend half a day here taking photo. Hopefully you can see the queen, the king, and hopefully you can take picture. And also about the uniform, to rent it, what I understand is $12 US. $12 US. If you want to buy one, it's about $30 US. For girl, it's called Kira. For guy, it's called GHO, Go, something like that. It will be very nice to wear and take a group photo lah, for especially in this festival. So we look like one of them. This is what I mean. This is the king and the queen. Very pretty, very young. Okay. So let's everybody rent it. 12 US, from what I understand. And of course some nice farmhouse plantation visits, and it's very good for photography. Okay, nature photography, which is one of my favorite And we go to because we got to drive through mountainous area. We'll go through some. This is a higher pass we'll go through, and this particular pass called the Dochula Pass has got these are called small little mini stupa. On a clear day, behind there you see all the snow-capped mountain, Himalaya. Yeah, that's Himalaya. So hopefully we have clear. We're gonna pass it twice, so we got hopefully got 2 chances. Okay, the rice valley of Lobitsa. This is again harvesting time in autumn. See, it's very beautiful setting for photograph. So this will, when we reach here, we are probably in the district of Punakha, and this is the other zone by the river. So scenic, right? Definitely I want to take a lot of photo for this kind of scenery as you know, or for people who don't know, it is it's actually by law certain percentage of the country have to be protected as a natural greenery. They cannot be developed. So that is one good thing about Bhutan, and so that you know, they are also the only country that is carbon negative, which means that whatever they produce, whatever carbon dioxide they produce, greenhouse gases they produce, they actually absorb more. I think it's 3 to 4 times more. How is that possible? First of all, it's all the land they preserve, they conserve. Second thing is they also reduce a lot of their CO2 emission by they have a lot of most of the energies are hydroelectric dam. They have enough to even sell to India power, because they are not so developed, so they don't need so much. Which is definitely a very amazing country to go, especially for nature lover like us. to at least going, and by going there as a tourist, we are actually contributing in their conservation, which is why they actually charge a minimum of 250 US per day and provide everything: minimum standard, minimum hotel, 3 meals a day, minimum kind of quality of meal. So of course part of the fee is used to protect the forests and everything. So it's amazing. The probably the only country that tourism help in nature rather than destroy their nature. Okay, then this is the other view. It's beautiful, different angle, different color. And this is the other stupa that we'll pass by. Nice beautiful valley down there. Okay, the other two things that we're going through is also monastic school. There is no orphanage in Bhutan. All the orphans are all sent to the monastery. So they will see a lot of boys. See all those sitting down there. We will have some time, maybe 1 hour plus. So I would encourage, if you can bring simple English storybooks, some educational material for them, to interact with them, teach them or whatever. I wouldn't really think soft toy is going to be useful for them. In fact, it may not be a good idea for them to be exposed to this kind of material thing. Rather, something to improve their mind would be better. Yeah. So that's one of them. Then the other thing we go through is actually the nunnery as well, to sit down and talk. Most of them can speak quite okay English. Talk about their life and everything. So this one are two interesting places where you interact with them, and then find out from there why are they so happy. I would say contented, right? Contented people. Another nice fortresses we'll pass by at Wangju fortresses. Okay, as I say, right, this is a country where they don't measure by GDP, they actually measure by gross national happiness index. A kingdom where happiness is valued over GDP. So it's an amazing country to go. Okay, now the serious part. The real high of the whole trip is just this particular day, the Tiger's Nest, which is the day after we arrive. We arrive pretty early in the morning, so it's okay, like 10 a.m. So we have a good rest before this. But because the altitude is high, that is why I want to express my suggestion in this area. So the only way to get up is by hiking, and this is the kind of trail. It's vertically up, so it's pretty steep. Okay, look at that, it's pretty steep. No problem for hiker like us. At sea level, no problem. The problem is it is high altitude. The highest when you reach the monastery is going to be 3,120, which means that when you're close to 300, some of you may start to feel a little bit breathlessness, a bit serious, maybe you feel a bit headache. I think it should not be that bad because of all the trees. The air should be more enriched with oxygen. The thing is, always if you pant, you're really panting already, you should slow down, take your time. Okay, we have allocated about 5 to 6 hours, more than enough actually. A fast hiker, maybe they can do 2 hours, a normal 2.5 hours, plus taking picture, cafe a little bit, then come down, so it's about right. Okay, up and down, both way is 6.5 kilometer, about that, 6 to 6.5, not too long actually. The only thing is because it's straight up and it's a higher altitude as you go further. That's why very important thing is slow down, drink a lot of water the day before, drink a lot of water before the hike, during the hike. And the other thing is actually the hiking shoe. It should not be those without very lousy grips, like sport shoe like that, no grip at all. Because if it rains or it's wet, it's going to be muddy. You don't have grip, it's going to slide. So that's the thing. Now, second thing, hiking poles would be good if you have a weak knee coming up, coming down or going up. It will be more helpful. I think one stick is good enough. Don't need to do 2 sticks. And as I say, right, hydrate because if you're really feeling the effect of the thin air and then you get dehydrated, it's a double. It's a minus and minus for you, so it's going to make it worse. So drink a lot of water, please. never mind P. Right? Now this is the only thing. Enjoy the hike up because the sceneries are pretty nice. Through forest, and then you see the thing hanging on the thing is very beautiful. And then take your time. It's a once a lifetime thingy lah. Okay, I would say not say complicated, but the tedious part of traveling is which I don't like is to fly via Bangkok. The direct flight from Singapore to there is either sold out or very limited. So that's why we had to go via Bangkok. Because I think because of the festival. Via Bangkok is, I presume have already bought your air ticket to Bangkok by now, and your air ticket you should arrive on the 4th of October, the day before we are supposed to arrive. Okay, arrival day is October the 5th. Okay, so on the 4th you arrive. Why? Because there's no other flight. Our flight is the 5th morning, 6:30 a.m. There's no flight before that, so you have to fly the day before. Okay, you fly there, Bangkok International Airport. The airport code BKK. Previously there's another Dong Mai Airport. That one is different. That one is DMK or something like that. So the whole airport, even though got 2 terminals, but it's all joined together. And but it has 7 concourse, A, B, C, D, E, all the way to G. So when you arrive on level 2, and this is all the international terminal gate, okay, or the E or the F and all the G. So you arrive here. Now next question is whether you're going to sleep. Not inside here. You definitely, most likely 99%, you have to check. You have to clear through the custom and then come out and then collect your luggage and then decide whether you want to. No, decide now, not then. Gonna sleep in the airport outside the check-in area or book a hotel. Right? Let's talk about hotel later. Now, whatever it is, you have your sleep ready. This is the one of them they suggested. This is within the terminal itself. So you just walk. Come down. There's a website here. The only thing, this one is a little bit more expensive lah. They only rent out 4 hours, a block of 4 hours. For 4 hours sleep. Then if you want more, you could book 8 hours. So every 4 hour single block, 4 hours is about $57. I think on the date that we are going, which is on the 4th October, I think it's already fully booked. If you want to do that, you better do fast. So basically, when you arrive at arrival hall in the 2nd level, follow the sign airport rail link to B floor. It's quite easy to find lah. There's even a video. If you go to the website, there's a video to show you how to go there. Now, the other option I just found out after the briefing is nearby airport, which is about maybe 5 to 10 kilometers. There are many other hotel choices. I have singled out 2. One of them is both provide free airport pickup and transfer. Okay, the only thing is you have to get up a bit early lah. One is a Regent Hotel, the other one is a Miracle Transit Hotel. I will send information on this. I think that one makes more sense, but you have lesser hour of sleep. Because this Boxtel is already fully booked, if I'm not wrong. It's a normal hotel, so it doesn't matter 4 hours, whatever. Check in 4th, check out 5th, and the price is pretty reasonable, like $30 to $40 per night per room. So which means 2-person share is very cheap. Okay, cheaper than this Boxtel. Okay, so I will send info on the group chat. So seriously consider how you're going to catch your sleep, because on the arrival day we still have some itinerary, and the day after arrival day we will go and climb the tiger's nest. So I think a good sleep is very important. Okay, but if you are some that can sleep anywhere, one doesn't matter, then just sleep at the airport check-in counter. There are quite a lot of sofa there. But then I think all of us arriving by 7 to 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, then you got to sleep all the way to next morning. 4:30 we are all meeting together at the Bhutan airline check-in counter, because 4:30 we have to check in 2 hours before our flight. 6:30 we have to check in already. So we are all meeting at the check-in counter. I think is counter E. I will give you the information later. All of us will meet because all of us are on the same flight, okay, to Paro from Bangkok. So this is the flight that we all are on the same. We have to catch this flight B3701. This is Bhutan Air. Don't go for Druk Air. 6:30 flight. We reach Paro at 10 a.m. Pretty good. So come out, good timing, and then at least more than half a day of resting but easy itinerary. Okay, so your flight to Bangkok should be the 4th of October. Take note, huh? Okay, level 4 is departure level, and you can see international gate are all same on the E and the F and the G. So this one, of course, they won't know until on the day itself lah. Okay, let me see. Everything is included. Now the question is, what are the extra cash we have to bring? First of all, is I would highly recommend to give at least 10 Sing plus $15 per hikers through the guide. Most of the Bhutanese guide are very good, from what I heard from different people. So all your costs are all inside already. Now the question asked during the briefing, let me see whether they write it down or not. Oops, no. Okay, the briefing asked about how much to bring. I think it's more for like buying a coffee, or you want to buy some snacks, or the cafe. Okay, coffee there, the guide told me it's about $1 to $2, $1.5 or something like our Singapore lah, slightly more expensive. Then the drinks and everything is about there. Fruits are pretty cheap. Snacks wise, don't forget a lot of them are imported from India lah. So it's cheap, okay? So if you are going to spend only as and when necessary, you're not going to do very good shopping, very splurge here, splurge there, buy a lot of scarf lah, antiques lah, whatever. 50 to 8, I think 80 USD, change USD, it's good enough. Why? Because even though some take Sing dollar, but over there USD is like the standard currency money changer will take. We will change the money at the Paro airport, not Bangkok airport. You cannot change elsewhere when you have to change only in Bhutan. Sing USD, then using the local currency, we will get the local data SIM card when we reach the Paro town. Even they have 2G, 3G, sometimes 4G card, and the places we go, according to our guide, is not very remote yet, so coverage are still okay, but don't expect the kind of speed you have in Singapore lah. So and pretty reasonable price. So when we so basically you get your current local currency ready at the airport first. You can't buy the SIM card at airport, so we'll get to Paro town and then we settle our data SIM card. Okay, all the hotels should will have Wi-Fi, simple speed Wi-Fi. Okay, don't expect our Singapore one. So for those who every day must have data one, this one more important for you all. And I think that's about all. I mentioned about the costume, I mentioned about the duration, I mentioned about how much cash to bring, and that's okay, water. Okay, let's go to the actual briefing note. Actual briefing note I have sent you all two, one in the email, which is talking about AMS, and the other one is the actual briefing note, and then I sent through the WhatsApp group is a day-to-day itinerary. Let's get this thing. Okay, talk about the airport thingy, all done. Coming back, we're all together in one simple one ticket, so don't worry. Okay, so this is done. WhatsApp I should have there. General facts you can read yourself. Okay, the temperature, I'm not sure whether it will be 2 degrees that cold, but if it is, it's probably in the middle of the night. This year is El Nino year. The summers all over the world, especially the northern hemispheres, are very extremely hot, right? It may not be that cold. So but don't bring a super gigantic thick down jacket, huh? Why? Because if it's not that cold, you take off the jacket, you only have one layer, and then it's going to be cold. Then you put it back again, it's too hot. So the key is to layer. So means maybe one layer of fleece, one thin layer of down. If it's too cold, you put it on the down. If it's not that cold, the fleece will good enough. And then of course a windbreaker, okay, which can also be a raincoat lah, huh? So this one you can read the this one for camping, no way. But of course, autumn in autumn, rain can come, rain can go. So always prepare for wet weather. And the elevation, for those who want to know, like Paro is 2250. It's pretty good for acclimatization already. Still below, way below the 3000 mark, which people will feel a bit thin air lah, huh? Thimphu about the same height, Punakha even lower already. This one about there lower. Okay, so it's good for our acclimatization before we climb out to the tiger nest lah. One day of course is not so enough. If you know you're going to be very susceptible to AMS, thin air, right? You may want to test out the Chinese herb Hong Jing Tian, but you should take it 2 to 3 weeks before your thing. And to be even play safe, right? If you have already taken Nimox before, you know how it works. 24 hours before you take it, just for your tiger's nest height. After that, I don't think you need to take any. Okay. So travel insurance is a must. Make sure it's cover 3,000. If you go AIG, 3,000, more than 3,000. You go Direct Asia is I think 4,500. Now you go to GE, you can call my agent directly. It's covered until 4,000. You haven't get it, better go and get it now. If you want to contact, call me. I give you the contact. Okay, visa and passport. The visa will be emailed to you. Everybody are supposed to print out a copy because you need to show at the Bangkok airport. Okay. Luggage allowance, even the Bhutan airline ticket you saw, which I emailed to you individually. Anybody haven't received your Bhutan airline ticket, which is departing on the 5th October, please let me know. I will send you via WhatsApp. Okay. Limit your luggage to 20 kilo. Hard luggage can or not? Can. You will be in a bus or a separate vehicle that follow us throughout the whole trip. Okay, don't have to carry your luggage all around and hike. Don't worry, this is not a full load hiking. Okay, custom declaration. Banking is more about money. Money already mentioned. Change it at the airport, but only with US dollar. So now go and buy US dollar whenever it's good rate. Electricity, this one you can read lah. Photography, this one not important, but of course not so more important, but you go there, then we tell you. Communication, data, SIM card we will buy in Paro Town. Hotel Wi-Fi. Okay, accommodation, they have a certain minimum quality because this is a government law lah. Tips, I suggest maybe $10-15. Okay, give it to that. Okay, drinking water. Do not drink anything that's unboiled water or anything with the ice cube on it, unless they confirm it's made from purified water. Okay, so during the trips, they will provide those big bottles of water, big jar one. This is only for emergency during when on the trip we finish the water. Early morning, every morning, make sure you top up your water bottle. Hikers, right? All must have your reusable water bottle. We try to minimize giving out those PET bottle, use one time and throw one, and generate so much plastic all over the world. Okay. The day before the tiger nest hike, I think you need to drink a lot of water. Okay, that's the only part. Okay, the food and thing is something part of the fun. Let's go and enjoy it. We may want to try some local. The local favorite dish is the chili cheese. It's very interesting. Let's go and enjoy. But of course, I will tell them most of the food are tourist quality food. Don't worry, they have the many Singaporeans visit, so and they know how to cater to Asian taste really. Okay, cultural sensitivity, most of all is if you're going to a monastery or temple, whatever, you cannot wear hat, cannot be short skirt, cannot be hot pants, cannot be spaghetti stripe, or cannot show your shoulder. That one all must cover. Okay. Okay, walking and hiking. First of all is just like Nepal. Bhutan is a Himalaya country. Himalaya country means nowhere is flat. Okay. Unless you're on the flat ground, in the building. Everywhere you go, there's always be steps. There will be slopes. Sometimes the step and the slope are much steeper, but it's a short distance for you to get to the temple, get to the monastery, get to the zong, whatever. Okay? So, good walking shoe lah. Only the day of the hike to Tiger Nest you need hiking shoe, but other than that, good walking shoe is essential. Okay? Clothing, as I say already, make sure you have layering. Okay, if you're hiking, the first layer should be a polyester, quick dry material, and it should not be a cotton because you're going to sweat. When you sweat, cotton will not get dry easily and make you wet all the way. After the let me show you the picture. After the first layer, the second layer is an insulation layer. Okay, first layer is moisture control. Okay, second layer is insulation. Third layer is weather. Weather means your windbreaker or raincoat or whatever. So layering, hikers should know what the meaning of layering. Okay. Okay. Do's and don't photography, all this thing inside the monastery cannot take. Okay, this one not that important. Dress code already mentioned already. Headgear, everything must take out. Entering a zong, a fortress, outside is fine. Okay, communication, the one is more on the talking very loud inside a temple that one we know. Okay, let me see. Okay, if you really need to have a contact number for your family, these are the 3 numbers, because over there their signal should be stronger than mine. Okay, okay, that's the thing. Let's go to the day-to-day itinerary. I will run through very quickly the day-to-day because I have so many terms of the places they are visiting that I don't think you'll remember lah. Most important to remember is how you get to the flight for Bhutan airline on time. How you're gonna catch your sleep in Bangkok airport. So day 0 is day 1 is always my arrival day. Arrival day is 5th of October, Saturday. So Friday night you should be already in Bangkok airport. Okay, finding a way to get a sleep. Okay, 99.9% that you will have to check out. You will have to clear custom, collect luggage, and then go to a hotel, whatever. So day 0, day 1, and then day 1 we arrive 10 a.m. Then we go and settle the SIM card, whatever. Then we will start a bit of the easy tour. Paro Zong and Ta Zong. Remember I showed you some of the picture? These are all the photogenic stops that we will be making. Okay, then hotel check-in, put out the luggage. Only day packs. Your day pack should be always your sunblock lah, headgear lah, raincoat lah, water lah, camera lah. Passport also bring, don't leave in the hotel. Then all the Zong National Museum. Okay, so these are all very easy itinerary. Then we will have a good rest. Then because next day is our excursion to Tiger's Nest. Okay, one way up we put about 3 hours for even slow hikers. 3 hours up, 3 hours, probably 3.5 hours up, 2.5 hours down. Down should be easier, up should be a bit slower. Okay, Tiger's Nest we finished already. There's a special itinerary at night, evening. A herbal hot stone bath. It's very interesting. This one it's a nice experience. So that will be day 2, and then you go to day 3 where we will travel to Thimphu already. That means next stage already. So we will have 2 nights in the same hotel. Okay, Mandara Resort is a very nice resort. Okay, then Thimphu, stay in a peaceful resort. Thimphu again is another nice place to see all the this Zong museum, the valley, everything. Now the next day is the big day, which is the festival and the sightseeing. We will only spend half a day in the festival because it's more like a religious thingy. Half a day is more than enough. Okay, so after lunch in town, then we go to another temple, another photographic shot. Okay, amazing view of the Thimphu Valley. And then in the evening, Thimphu is another nice place. Craft bazaar and all this thing. Okay, so on the festival day, I think we will plan if good everybody should rent and wear their traditional kira for lady and go for men. Okay, then for after the festival finish, day 5, we will drive from Thimphu to Punakha. The Punakha is even more outskirt already. Okay, then we'll pass by the highest pass where they have the stupa and with the Himalaya as a background. Okay, then the itinerary you can read. Punakha also we will pass by the low-lying rice paddy field. Punakha sightseeing. Punakha is another nice place to see again fortresses, Zong, and that's in Punakha. We're going to visit 2 places, the monastery and the nunnery. So this is a day where you interact with the monk and the nun, the little monk. Okay, then Punakha we have a short excursion to Puchuka, more on the farm visit or something like that. Okay, so then from that will be the furthest we go, and then that's where we U-turn back to Thimphu, again passing by that Chola Pass, and we will break the journey. We'll stay one night in Thimphu instead driving all the way to Paro. That means one shot. If it's one shot, the drive is going to be very long. So we'll break it down and stay one night in Thimphu to Paro is very near, so it's okay. But because it's staying in Thimphu, next morning we have our flight is about almost 2, which means that we have to be there about 11 something. That means from Thimphu to Paro we have about 1 hour plus drive, maximum 2 hours, which means that we have to leave Thimphu at 9 o'clock, about there. So last day is basically traveling, but you arrive Singapore 6 something and be ready for work next day. Okay, 9 days actually very short. Okay, we only managed to cover the eastern part of Bhutan, but this is a very good introduction to explore. It's a very good sample to explore, The journey and not the arrival matter. It's our journey together that's matter. There's no destination we are going, but it's actually the journey to experience all the different aspects of what Bhutan has to offer. The beautiful mountain, nature, valley, cuisine, food, culture, temple, Zong, museum, festival, and ultimately the people. Okay, I think that is all I need to say. Hopefully it's not too long-winded. Okay, bye bye.